All right, welcome everybody. Yeah, thanks for joining. We are looking at Affirm popping into $51 right now, so we'll wait. We are going to be watching out for the Benzinga platform, and we do have a good bunch of market recap to do today as well, with Bitcoin heading to the high side up 3%, oil also up 3% as we're getting ready. There goes Affirm. Whether or not it's out yet or not, I don't know. $51. Thank you for rocking with me today. It's over 4,500 right now watching. Thank you so much. Stick around because we are going to break down all of the earnings right now. So Affirm, nice move up to $54. Remember, this name not heavily shorted, but big enough. 17% short float for Affirm. We'll wait to see. Looks like Expedia is out as well. So over here on the Benzinga platform, Expedia heading to the downside. 160 is the print at the close. Looks like we're down to 145. Expedia Group right now beats 172 versus 168. Why are they down? We'll find out in just a minute. Quarterly expectations, possibly a miss. Beats sales 289 versus 288. So we'll have to wait to see. There's gross bookings up 6% for Expedia. So we'll just keep our eye on all of these earnings. Thank you so much. You're now with at Trader TV Shawn and Trader TV Live, as we will run down the market recap for you there today. There's Expedia. Nice move back. You know, we always look for pullbacks into the 50-period moving average. Travel's been so hot, I would not chase this name. We've been, the only travel name, well, we're in Uber, you guys know that. We're also in Airbnb, so instantly thinking about that name here on an Expedia move down. All right, AFRM, I guess this thing in my ear is not gonna give me anything today, so we'll wait on that. All right, Affirm, there it is, up to $54. I don't see it. I am going to try to see if you guys ever see anything. So people are now saying Affirm is out. If it is, it is. It's only up to $54 right now, $55 for Affirm. No, we don't see anything yet. It's 19% right now for AFRM right now, up 19%, but 10 of that was the day. Dexcom out, DXCM is now out as well, so we can see if this is doing anything. So again, another big name looking to head to the downside. This is what Dexcom is saying right now. Q4 EPS 50 cents, beats 43 and a beat on the sales, but we are going, I'm gonna sort of do this like this so we can see some of the action there as we go. So that's it right now. Dexcom with the move down. Expedia, there it is. What are we saying here on Expedia? New successor, I guess, will succeed Peter Kern as CEO. So Ariana, right there, replacing Ariane Gorin will succeed Peter Kern. I have no idea who either one of those are. So there it is right now, effective as of May 13th. New CEO coming through for Expedia. We can have a quick look to see if that's doing anything. We still don't have confirmation on Affirm. Expedia down 145, AFRM. I'm not seeing that come through yet. So today, we had U.S. oil on the downside today. Part of the major reason for that, of course, there was a ceasefire, a setback. So for OIH and USO today, a little bit of a setback there on the daily chart, you can see. And then there was some, U.S. was killed, a military commander in Iraq, and the U.S. killed a military commander. These are just some of the notes that I was hearing from CNBC today, and Bloomberg giving out why potential oil move higher, right? So there's gonna be more conflict in the Middle East or wherever. Oil-bearing nations, you're going to see, and especially with Iraq and Iran right now back up to the upside. So we'll see if oil can hold or not, breaking through $73. This is USO, the United States Oil Fund. My eyes are still on this, man. If Affirm comes out, we'll have it for you. Double check. I know there's a lot of traders looking at Affirm. This is a funny name because I remember when we had Danielle Shea on. Danielle Shea's busy this afternoon, but we will try to get her. Yeah, she's going to come. So. Oh, Affirm is out. Okay. So if Affirm is out, then it was probably out before because it's not moving at all. So Affirm to the upside as soon as we get the numbers. What I was saying about Danielle, she'll try to join. A good trade that me and Danielle discussed before was this break of 20 up through 25 for Affirm, which gave us this monster rally. So we'll see what's happening right now. Affirm ticking above, right now above its high of $53. Now coming back in. I mean, just so you guys don't think I'm ignoring this, I don't have anything yet on Affirm. I got to get another source. That is immediately correct for that one. All right, quick little look here on Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin, we talked a little bit about that today. This is what it's doing, ho-humming itself up to 46,000. I really like that break. We talked about the ETF days here and then the pushback. This is not a moving average that I built, but I've looked into it. It's a 99 period moving average. It doesn't matter. It's 40,000. 40,000 is where we held on Bitcoin. Looks like it wants to hold again and go right back up to test those highs. I'm excited for a break higher there on BTC. We talked about some good successful days today on Mara. So wow, AFRM is going completely the other way. So I guess we were right, man. We don't have the numbers early, but the numbers late. AFRM is cranking lower right now. AFRM is $41, looking to break through 40. Will it hold that level? That's the key. The 50-period moving average is $43. AFRM is going lower. So there it goes. Again, it's frustrating for me. I'm going to do some work tomorrow and find a much better source to get you guys these numbers. I don't have anything on AFRM. It's embarrassing, quite frankly, but we'll get that very, very soon for you. AFRM heads lower right now. 39 and still moving for AFRM. I can check in on Expedia, which we have. Let's see if that comes through. Expedia moving lower as well. 143, 142. I mean, do we have Pinterest? I don't have it, but the market does. Pinterest is out, it looks like. $40 down. Pinterest is getting absolutely owned. Was Snapchat the indication for Pinterest? They're not the same business. If you took a bid on Pinterest against Meta or maybe against an Etsy, you win. If you go the wrong way, the downside, if you go long, you're wrong. I just called up Etsy. Etsy not doing anything on this. It's Pinterest solely heading to the downside. It's almost like this Benzinga is broken, but I'll just try to, you know what? I'll just Twitter. I'll just go on Twitter. Let me type in AFRM. There's somebody definitely. You have it to me? It's not out? All right. Yeah, AFRM is not out, and neither is Pinterest, I guess. Is Pinterest out? Okay, so here we go. AFRM, initial reaction up, making the move down. So Brendan's going to get me anything that he has on any of this. We don't see anything on AFRM. So there's Pinterest downside. Brendan will give me all of this as it goes. So again, I don't really apologize because we're looking here, and there we go. Now we got something. AFRM is now out. So we have AFRM right now as of 4:07. So a minute ago here on the platform, Q2 sales, 600 million, beating 590. I don't see an EPS number yet or anything. Brendan's going to send me what he has right now. Yeah, so here it comes. Oh, wow. All right, it's a lot of things here. Hopefully I get it on here and we can talk. Let me talk about this quickly. Pinterest, 53 cents versus 51. Sales miss on Pinterest. So sales downside, right? Sales is going to be ad revenue. If that misses, that's going to continue to be a problem. Let me just see if I can get here that's ARM Holdings. There's Pinterest, right? So AFRM, all right, so same things as me that Brendan has right now. 530 versus 550. It looks like a rough miss on some of the sales numbers for AFRM. As soon as we have them on here, we will go over it. But right now, Benzinga just has the same numbers that we're giving you, right? That is this number right down here. The sales number looks like it beats for AFRM. So we'll have to wait on why it's going to the downside. Pinterest is the name that we're concerned with right now. AFRM makes that move down to 40. And I guess this is just algos trying to piece together what exactly that report is. And now it's out. So we can all just calm down a little bit now. AFRM is out. What are the AFRM numbers? An EPS, that's much better. We tweeted out what they were looking for. They were looking for minus 72. They get minus 54. That's a beat. The sales numbers confirmed. It looks like AFRM is a beat. So nice downside move, upside. So they beat on the sales number, 590 versus 520. Looks like they beat on the revenue, on the EPS side. Still a miss, 54 cents versus minus 72. So still losing your money as shareholders, but making a nice move up. Here comes AFRM. It is battling back, baby. As if you could have just got 20% down there if you sort of hit some of those fat finger traders that made the move down on AFRM. There must have been some panic there. AFRM, a nice move down. So thanks for that. Those numbers, Benzinga, and thanks, Brendo, as well. That's all that we're seeing there. Pinterest, more information there. 690 to 700 versus 702 estimate for Q1. So the estimates are pretty much in line there for Pinterest. So AFRM, it's a downside move. Pinterest, it is a PINS. Was down early, still looks to be down. Yeah, $32. So it did not, I don't think it made that move back up. $32 for Pinterest. All right, quickly, if anything else hits and makes a big move, I will attack that, hopefully with vigor and accuracy. So there it is right now. Everybody that's in the chat, thank you so much. Any longs? King Shawn. King Shawn, wow, thank you. No, I'm not trading anything right now. I would say for a firm, let's let it calm down before we do anything. So here's a live look at a live level 2. I did not trade a firm today, but this is what it looks like live right now. So this is actual real trading brought to you by Real Trading. Check your banner below. It's a rebrand, same company, brand new banner, brand new name, brand new logo, realtrading.com. And this is what a real level 2 looks like right now on a firm, 47.50. You can see the spread. The spread's okay, 40, 50 cents when it opens up. It seems like that's pretty reasonable. But again, a firm downside right now, but not by much, man. Still up that 6% on the day, but gave back 4 of that. This is what Pinterest looks like live. So again, lots of liquidity here, nothing to be afraid of, but it is Pinterest pulling back. Let's check out Mara in the after hours. Mara was a great trade today, man. Up to 21.50 right now. Mara still trying to pump a little bit after hours, but look at this. Clean move, 18.50 up to 21.50 for Mara and Bitcoin. Good day for Bitcoin today. My most frustrating trade today, though, is going to be Google. 145.79. It doesn't really matter where we're at right now. We're lower. It's just only not frustrating of the day. No, I'm not even that frustrated. Just the fact that we are laying in this all afternoon, hoping for a downside against this level. It never really came through, and we had to get out on the imbalances. So bleh for that one. Let's see if Palantir is doing anything in the after hours as well. Palantir. Oh, we had everything up here short. Got stopped out on one stupid wick. This move breaking through 25 kills my order. We were, look at this, short. Like I said, we had a couple thousand shares there. Boom, all the way down to the downside. Boo on you, Palantir today, but it's more boo on me. Palantir is a fantastic stock, and we like Palantir a lot. Make sure you check our podcast out, as we've been talking all about Palantir, Adobe. I like Nike at $100 as well. Let's see if Net is out. Is Cloudflare out yet is a good question. I saw someone on the chat ask me that right now. Net. I do not see it. So no, I don't see Net yet. But if it does come out, we will have that coming out pretty soon. Right now. Okay, I don't want to keep Danielle, too long now. So we had ARM last night. We have Net now. We have Palantir. Let me check what ARM's doing before we go to Danielle in the after hours. Wow, we did so good on ARM today, and it was, I had FOMO early. There's a lot of money was made in the office going long through 100. Wasn't really by any of us on the show. Neil did have the break, and I think he took $1 on it, or $2. Again, different styles. We shorted ARM there at 121. We took $3 there, got out for flat when it broke back up. That's half. Then we took another position right there at 119, got out there at 117, so that's $3. Add another $2 there, that's $5. And then our last out is at 115, so 5 plus 4 is 9. It's a $9 day for me on ARM today. So that ain't bad. But all right, Danielle's ready to go. I think we have Net coming through. Let me just see if that's out, and then I'll call on Danielle before we go, because I see that she sent me a message about Net, so maybe we can talk about expected move on that. And then also Datadog was interesting for her as well. So, okay, she's ready, and I'm not going to make her wait. I'm going to apologize to her, too, because she stepped up and in today when she had booked it off with us. So what's up, Trader Danielle? Uh-oh. I don't have it over here. Hi, Danielle. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity to come through today. That's my bad, but you showed up and you're here for all of the viewers. It's Miss Danielle Shea.
That's right. I'm in the Stock Chart studios today in Redmond, Washington, as you can see from this beautiful logo behind me. That
looks great there. What were you doing over there?
I was recording a show with Dave Keller, The Final Bar.
Just 1 second. I had to tell Fabian I need Danielle's screen over here so I can see it. Oh, you don't have a screen today. Okay, so that is why. All right, so no screen sharing today by Miss Danielle Shea. How's your day? Did you have any trades? That ARM was insane.
ARM was insane. We've been talking about these on your show, Shawn, these breakaway gaps post earnings when they
Yep,
have a greater than expected move. These are great moments in
huge
time to
move up.
come in and day trade. So that one was moving today. Disney was moving today. I'm going to see if we can get a big mover out of Cloudflare because Cloudflare had a lot of high volume
Yep.
coming in before the close.
There's
And I
net right now,
think, I think, I think,
$95. So the close
yeah.
$90, it's out at 95 right now, Danielle. Cloudflare starting to go up, and it is breaking that recent high. So it looks like you might have nailed this again. Cloudflare, $97 now going to the upside. Cloudflare up 14%, 97, 97.50, Danielle, 98.99. Are we at an auction or what? It's Cloudflare, and it's going upside. So what did you see? Just a break here of the daily at $86, $87?
So when you look at Cloudflare, I mean, this is a stock that I've liked for a while, but these stocks did get beat down quite a bit throughout the bear market, but I
Yep,
think they're coming back.
there it is.
Cybersecurity names, we need cybersecurity. We're going to continue to need more cybersecurity, but more than anything, I like the bullish pattern that it has on the daily chart. I
Yep, there
like
we
the way
go.
that it pulled back into critical support zones. And I love the
Nailed
way
it.
it bounced directly before earnings on high volume. So if you look at that and then you look at the fact that Datadog is going to be reporting next week,
Yep,
Datadog had a breakaway gap after earnings last quarter, which
right
is
here, yep.
typically one of my tall tale signs to go long before an earnings report.
Nice.
I think that with a positive move in Cloudflare, we can trade Datadog to the long side into next week and ideally after the earnings trade as well.
Perfect. Here's that gap you're talking about from 80 up to $100 on their last earnings report on November the 6th. Starting to gap a little bit there. Datadog, good call, but man, oh man, did you nail that Cloudflare? Wow, it is now what? $105 right now for net. Cloudflare absolutely ripping here in the post-market on earnings. It's having, now Danielle, we call these moments like it's having its meta moments. Anytime a stock goes up like 30%, I mean, absolutely unreal. Wasn't that a crazy move? Like they added $220 billion to their market cap that day alone. Like single-handedly worth more than I think it was like 92% of the S&P 500 or something. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's absolute insanity. And I mean, definitely
Here's meta.
announcing, dividend really helped. Disney
Yep.
did the same thing, increasing the dividend. So anytime you see these positive moves on earnings, you got to go back to what the expected move was.
Right.
And with Cloudflare, that expected move is $10. So now that it's up 1.5 times,
Wow.
if it can hold that level at market open, and then we can see some more volume coming in on market open, that'll make for a great day trade on Friday. That's the exact way that the trade sets up. And, I like to see a break of the 15-minute range first thing at market open.
Okay.
And that's typically a pretty good signal to jump in and ride that thing until the momentum runs out.
What a great call. And I'm not going to forget about that. And I mentioned you over and over again on the show that day after Meta because you were on and you had mentioned if you get that explosive move greater than expected, significantly greater than expected. I think the Meta move was like 13.5 or 14%. And then we got that double and then it just kept on going and going. And I was like, oh man, I was even like, how am I not long? Danielle told me about this the day before, and that should have been. So tomorrow we will look at net for sure. What a great move back up there to the upside. Okay, yeah, Datadog, cybersecurity, Pan W, Palo Alto's another great name in this space, obviously as well there, Danielle. So look, we're getting a lot of questions in the chat. I know you don't sort of have your setup there or anything, but one question that I had for you, and it's kind of a layup for you. Obviously, options get expensive as you head into earnings, right? Which is why I appreciate, and I'm going to find out again for you about Datadog. I assume you mentioned the date there, but I lost it. Feb 13th, so next week. So now that we're a week out, we can see that we get that move now from Cloudflare. Is it too late to step in now, or is a week getting to be kind of in that zone where you may step away?
No, it's definitely not too late,
Okay.
especially if you have a stock in the same space that does really well. I mean, most likely what will happen if Cloudflare gaps up tomorrow, then Datadog will gap up and start going as well. So I like to look at them as pre-earnings moves, earnings moves, and then post-earnings moves separately. So you could still trade a pre-earnings move. It is getting pretty tight, but you
Yep.
might be able to do it as a day trade, or at least for 2 days. But then I get out of that pre-earnings move and I get into a separate trade for the actual earnings report. And certainly it's not too late for that one. So I may just wait for that one. Yes, options are really expensive, but that's why I always use multi-leg option strategies.
Okay.
So I'm typically using butterflies. I talk about them a lot on my YouTube channel at Trader Danielle. And so that's the way that I bring down my cost basis quite a bit. So I get into trades, $200 a trade, $300 a trade, $400, $500 a trade, pretty low cost compared to what it would cost just for the long calls.
Man, you, myself, and oh, by the way, I have to tell you this before you hear about it. You probably already did. Last night when the Fibonacci Princess, our friend, Tammy, was on, I was like, oh, hey, Danielle. I called her Danielle twice, I think. So, and then I was quickly to correct myself. So thanks for coming on, Tammy, today again. But no, we nailed Roblox. That was another one off that $40 level. The one thing that I like between like you and I, and then again, some of the other guests that we have on, we can sort of compare some of the technical analysis that we'll use and then throw it into an options trade. And how they can find you is at Trader Danielle. They can find you on YouTube. They can find you on X. Anywhere else?
I really just use those two.
Okay.
I use Instagram and Facebook a little bit, but there are so many scammers pretending to be me, so I don't use them as much anymore. Mainly X and YouTube.
All right, I don't know, I always screw this saying up. It's like often imitated but never duplicated, or often duplicated but never imitated. We have the real one, and it's Trader Danielle, so go make sure that you find her everywhere you can. Miss Danielle Shea, thank you so much for taking time today to do this. Much appreciated, especially on such short notice, so thank you, Danielle.
Of course, thanks for having me. I always love joining you.
No problem. Thank you so much for coming by. That means a lot. Thank you, Danielle. Have a good one.
Bye.
This is the thing, like when you're doing everything live, I'm like telling these guys, I can't see her screens. And then they're like, we don't have screens. All right, so that's it. Thank you, Miss Danielle Shea, for coming through again. And again, she absolutely, like talking about this, developing, looking like it wants to break. I mean, this reminds me of that CRISPR CRSP. Is that what it is? Yeah, CRISPR Therapeutics that we talked about this as well with Brian Shannon the other day, possibly developing a little area where we could break out. CRISPR is an interesting one because if you see here, CRISPR reports February 20th. So another one with a decent short float of 22%. CRISPR with a market cap of only $5.46 billion. So this one could be another one. I really like what Danielle was saying there about Datadog as well. So Datadog's market cap, again, is only $40 billion, and Cloudflare's is only $32 billion. So if that move today in net has anything to do with a Datadog possibility, then you may get even more of a move on Datadog than you did today on Cloudflare. What a great name. You guys know that Neil and I have been talking about Fortinet, PNW, and whatnot as well, but that's another one right there. It is Cloudflare. Let's go over to the biggest and the baddest maybe of the day. No. Wow. Looks like net takes it down. It's AFRM, and AFRM is chilling. Looks like my guy Neil won't have too much to worry about. He was saying if AFRM was up, 30%, then he was going to have pineapple on a pizza. Doesn't look like that's going to. What about, I should have asked Danielle about options on AFRM because, I mean, there was an implied move of 18%. How much are these going to get destroyed? The move right now on AFRM is $2 on 40. So like you're moving like 2 or 3% here. We had a big move in the aftermarket, but you can't take advantage of that with options. So you're gonna have to wait for this to get to the downside. We'll discuss the numbers tomorrow live when we have them, but it looks like, well, we have them now, but we'll discuss them live on the watch list on the show at 8:30 tomorrow. And then that's when we will run through some sticky note trades. And at that point, we'll go over, we'll see if we can nail that tomorrow. Today was a pretty good day for the sticky note. I must admit it. I was very frustrated today. Here's a sticky note. All right, hold on. I'm going to get rid of this and see if I can sort of minimize. Yeah, let's just put this here. Okay, this will make enough sense, right? Can we put it here? Where can we put it so that, here, hold on a second. Let's get rid of the daily and then put it down here. All right, there. All right, there it is. Oh, not good enough. There. All right, so we talked about AMD short 172. So this was a little frustrating for me, and I'll tell you why. It's because we got stopped out. And the thing about it was we got stopped out, but we got back in. But it's that initial stop out that really gets me because I'm having a hard time trying to figure out the exact levels to put the stops. I'm pretty sure we got the levels written down right here. 172 has been lagging here. Look, here's 172. Right, so here's a 20-minute chart. So if you could see, you go back, 172 held as a support, then it was resistance on the top the last couple of days. So we thought negative today heading into the day. We talked about where the market was going to open, so on and so forth. And we just said the same thing. Has been lagging here recently with a weak market early. I look to fade pops. Well, there's the pop early into 171.50. Okay, we had the short, we got stopped out, then we hit the short again. So we're about flat right here. And this is where we're like, let's be patient, okay? But the problem is it comes back and we start playing off of this high, which is only 171.50. Then by the time it comes up, we get 171.75, and then we start getting 172s. But then it wicks high into 172.19. So we have a lot of shares, and it's still early. Well, it's not really early, actually. It's only 9:50. But the point is that we get taken out there. You see there's two shorts. We do get back in, and then it just drops like, it's embarrassing, drops about 250 down to 169. Now we have the outs, and at this point we're just like, oh man, that's why we hold this and we don't start scalping it out, because we're thinking about the bottoms again. So we get out, then we hit this short here and make all that money back, and it's like, you know, no short, no cry, no FOMO, yes. But we hit the short again right there off of VWAP and those highs, and then it just cranks into the end of the day. Short rate here, 170 down to 169. The idea behind the sticky note is we're trying to play the right directions. Then we had here Alibaba. Alibaba was honestly, in my opinion, like, this is my trading, but the thing is that this is going to sound a little bit like obviously conceited, but this is like a master class in what I'm trying to do every day. It doesn't mean that it's going to work out every day, but we wrote down Alibaba 71. Let me get to zoom out here if I can. So can you get me off, because otherwise the zoom, there it is. So look at this, a move down, look what happened right away. Like, my bad for being nervous. The market opens up at 72. It comes all the way down. This is 71 fill. Thanks, guys. That makes sense. This is 71 fill. And then as it fell down, I said, you know what? This is way too dramatic of a move. We're going to hold for 70.50. So we take the 70.80 fill. Then when it bumps all the way back up, we start getting it out. Then we get it out again up here. And now we're like, oh man, this is a great trade. But it continues, and then this is why I'm saying, like, this is the kind of trading that I want to do, honestly. Makes it all the way back to the 200 period. It's just, while you're hosting the show in front of 12,000, I don't know how many we had there live today, and we have multiple positions, I got to try to stay focused. Like, at the same time, I'm dealing with AMD. Like, we talked about AMD at 9:50. Well, what am I doing here at 10 o'clock? Like, this is 9:50 right here. Anyways, out there. Then we break lower. Then we realize, hey, this could be a top. We think it's well worth the risk into this 200 period again. So what do? We short it. Then we short again at 71.50, outs here at 71s, then out again down here at 71, then that out at the end of the day at 70.90. The only thing we could have done better was holding more shares. But we really liked Alibaba, so that's another review there. Palantir. Go long, $23. Let's check out what we did on Palantir. This is one of the most upsetting trades for me. And again, because look, I mean, we're going long. What are we doing? We're going long 24, all the way down before eventually it breaks. But you know what? Instead of holding this thing 30, 40 cents against me in these random levels, we could have just waited and bought this 23.40 level. We're no problem holding something 40, 50 cents against us on Palantir. If we like 23, then we should have waited for this. But I don't have that crystal ball. I wasn't sure where we were going to bounce. So this is a VWAP test. This is a 200 period test. But the idea is we should have not been involved here. We should have only been involved long on a 200 break again. What frustrating me was we were very, very patient. We waited for 25, but then when it broke, we got 25s and we didn't get back in, and we didn't have that all there. So I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can and slap the fail on Palantir and call Palantir my biggest losing trade of the day and of the month. Not my biggest losing trade, my single biggest losing stock of the month, which is pretty good. I'm happy to do that on Palantir. We've made some good money on it, but we screwed it up today. We should have not gone short. So in honesty, that's what we did. That's a sticky note review. Oh, by the way, I can't believe we're going to review this and not even talk about Disney. Look, not sure on what price to support, but let's see if it holds. The 50-period SMA. Well, Disney. Bang, bang, bang. This was the #1 P&L name for Trader TV Live today, was Disney. You know, the #2 name was ARM, and we took $9 on ARM. So that's the kind of destruction. This is why I'm in somewhat of a good mood. Because we had Disney once and twice, thrice. Okay, we don't have it all the way to the top 112.50, but trust me when I tell you, we loaded up down here. It was a 50-period simple moving average. It was back into the market lows at that time. The day lows for Disney was in the pre-market. Then we just hit that to the upside. And so these prints are 107s, man. This print right here is 109. These prints up here are 111. So yeah, it was a great day for us. We screwed up on some trades, but hey, we're only human. Or are we AI? I want to ask Gemini and all that, please try to fix Trader TV Live's trading problems. And then maybe they can come up with a plan for that. But we have fixed it, actually. Thank you so much for watching. I'm exhausted. Tomorrow is podcast day, so we do not film the market recap. But I'm going to say a shout out to everybody that stayed with me because, as all of you know, traders continue to stay late. So let's just quickly go over here and talk about this. Thank you to Danielle as well. Thank you, Darwin. Thank you for saying thank you to Danielle. She showed up. I messaged her and was like, are you on with me today? Because normally we chat. And she's like, nope, I'm out at stock charts. But then she showed up anyways. Mad love for you, Danielle. Thank you so much for supporting the show and the stream. But I can't do this without everybody else. So thank you so much to everybody. Adam DeLuz, you are the best, not myself, man. I had to be humble today. We took those hits. We were down on the day, but workable. All right, Eric, what's up? What's up to Professor Love? What's up to Herd Scrambler? What's up to, oh, now we're getting carried away here. What's up to Bears vs. Bulls? RH, Sell, thank you so much. Shuri Punjab, thank you. I haven't seen you before. Thank you so much for that. Bristol's here as well. Hey, I'm glad it was an amazing show, man. I'm really happy with that. Thank you, Bristol, for all of that. Sam Yip is here as well. Midnight Snowman. It is hard to make snowmans at midnight, but you know what? Around here, we don't have enough snow. Like, we shoveled one time at the Catena house this year. You know what the funny thing is that I told my kids, I was like, look, you're 12 years old and 9, all right? I'm paying out the yin-yang for all of your events and everything that you guys have. This year, you are shoveling. We had one time this year, and I did it. It's Shawn Catena. Thank you so much for coming through again. I'm back tomorrow with more stories. Ciao. We got chess and hockey tonight. Wow, it's busy. Hope everyone has a safe night.